Welcome back, everybody. This is Dave of Spider Monkey 2A, and we're back out at the range on another gorgeous day. And today we're going to do a comparison video that you knew we were going to have to do after I picked up the Beretta M9A4. We got to compare it with the Sig M18, the actual service sidearm. This one's going to be a lot of fun. Stick around. All right, guys, as I said, we got to do the comparison. How could we not? Bugs out here, bad. Everybody's done it pretty much so far. Why not try it out for ourselves? You can watch it all you want on somebody else's channel, but until you get out and actually try it and decide for yourself which one you like better, you're not going to know. All right, guys, you've seen multiple videos that we've done. Sig M18. The M17 was actually the one that won the military contract, but the M18 came along a little bit after. It's the compact model with the full capacity frame. This is one of my favorites, guys. I've put more than 1,000 rounds through this, and I've just had zero issues whatsoever with it. Our previous video, so here's the M18, baby poop color, whatever you want to call it. And recently, we've acquired the M9A4. This M9A3 was Beretta's entry into try to win the military contract. The M9A4 just comes a little bit more optic ready and has a better trigger reset. Basically, otherwise, it's the same thing. So capacity-wise, let's just go over a couple comparison here. Capacity for the Beretta comes with 3 18-round mags. Okay, so that's pretty standard. The Sig comes with 1 17-round mag and 2 21-round mags. So they're carrying just a couple rounds more as far as the 3 mag comparison. Now, mag availability. Both are expensive, both are hard to come by. That's where I think Glock actually had the winning edge over that one. Theirs are more readily available and cheaper. But we don't have the Glock version of what the military, or what they submitted to the military. Anyway, we're getting off track with that. But, so another couple of things to compare. You have your striker fired, basic polymer here. The advantage to that, guys, is it's going to be the same trigger pull and reset every time. You know, nothing to write home about. Okay, so we've shown it before, so, okay. Trigger reset, comes out a little bit. We do have a little bit of take up there. Okay, and probably 5-6 pound trigger. So not terrible, but you're gonna get that same trigger pull every time with it being that striker fired. Now, with the Beretta, you got double single action. So if you want, you can start with the hammer back, safety check first, hammer back. You do have your take up there. And it's actually a fairly heavy trigger, guys, probably 6 or 7 pounds. Maybe I don't have my trigger pound thing here. My apologies. But where the advantage is here is that trigger reset is just so short, and then there's no take up to go back. Okay, so you have that, or you can start with the hammer forward. You have a nice long pull. That's your safety right there. So the advantages, or the disadvantage to that, is you have 2 different trigger pull styles here. But if this is your only handgun, you can become proficient in that. I've heard a couple people say, and I agree with, I've actually done it myself, is when you want to work on that long first trigger pull, find something in your house, if you have it, if you're in a house, maybe find a light switch. If you're in an apartment, be careful, because you don't want to sit there and aim it, even if you're unloaded, across the hall at somebody, or where you know there's going to be somebody else. But if you just continuously pull and your sight radius stays completely on the target that you're aiming at, and you just do that dry fire practice over and over again, you will become proficient in it. So Beretta, I mean, some advantages, some disadvantages. Sig, some advantages to that as well. Now let's fire a couple rounds through both and see what we think. All right, again, guys, we're gonna do a couple different a couple tests through each, but again, it's not. I'm showing what I prefer. just because if I hit better with the Beretta as opposed to the Sig does not mean that the Beretta is better than the Sig. It all but depends on what you shoot better. I can't stress that enough, guys. Let's see here. What are we gonna shoot first? Let's shoot the Sig first. We got the 17 round mag, I believe. Yep. And that one sits flush up with the base pad. This one does have the ambidextrous safety on both sides, which as far as trigger place or safety placement, I'm sorry guys, this is the G model in the Beretta, which means it's just the decocker model, but that is exactly where your safety would be. As far as placement in these, I prefer the Sig because it's not up on the actual slide, so if I want to rack here on the Sig, I can, and I'm not worried about smacking that or gumming my thumbs up on it. Both come ready to be mounted with red dots. Sig, you're up underneath. You got to take the screws out. Beretta's on top. I'm not a red dot guy, so I'm not going to do anything with that. But if that's what you prefer, it's there. All right, guys, we're going to fire off the Sig first. We got our 4 steel targets out here at about 10 yards. Woo. Didn't shoot the greatest there. What I will say about the Sig as opposed to the Beretta, and I'll hear it a lot, but now I'm really noticing it, is the bore axis. The Sig does seem to have a lot more flip. That first shot actually kind of surprised me. But yeah, and that is the, what, 3... Excuse me, the bugs are bad. So just about 3-something inch barrel, 3.7, I believe. So we got the 5.1 inch barrel on the Beretta. So obviously we got a better sight radius. That longer barrel is gonna provide better accuracy. Let's fire that off. We don't have as many rounds in this one, I believe. All right, I definitely noticed that this one is not having as much muzzle flip as the Sig, but we'll have to do a side view here so you guys can be the judge for yourself. But again, either one, I mean, they're 9mm, so even with that muzzle flip, it's not crazy like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Boy, this is a tough one to go by so far. Let's keep on shooting and see, do a couple more tests and see what we think. But I'm not going to give my initial thoughts just based on those couple of mags. I've shot the Sig quite a bit. I shoot it fairly well. I did not just shoot it very well there. But we'll do a couple more mags through these and give our final thoughts on what we prefer here, we meaning me, on the channel, as to which I prefer better. All right, guys, we're going to shoot a couple more through the Sig. The 21 round mags, they do stick down quite a bit further. Ugly, but functional. So you got more capacity if you're going into battle. All right. We won't shoot it all through. Okay, so I was shooting a lot better that time because I haven't shot the Sig in a while. But, yeah, we shot pretty well on that one, guys. Not bad at all. The muzzle flip, they said, on the first time there, surprised me. Let's fire the Beretta. Got about 5 or 6 rounds in the mag here. Not bad at all, guys. Either one is not too bad at all. This is the tough one. I'm liking them both. I do like the more aggressive texturing that the Beretta seems to have, as opposed to the standard M9 that they had. And the Vertex grip style, that straighter style, that 1911 style, I shoot better with that, okay? So, pretty similar here. I do like the feel of the Sig, guys. I just always have the P320 series. I always have liked it. Everybody seems to change out their grips for the Wilson Combat ones right away. I don't get it. Whatever, to each their own. Maybe it's because it's a little bit straighter style, but I like the palm or the thumb, little thumb spot there. Mag releases are the same. Takedown on both are similar, and they're simple. So not bad at all. Wow, guys, I'm having a tough time with this one. Let's just shoot them both a couple more times, and we'll give you our final thoughts then. Okay, while we're loading back up here, the main thing, guys, that probably won Sig the contract, and I know a bunch of people are going to say, that wasn't it, but I'm sorry, I think it was. The modularity that the Sig has. The fact that the serialized part of the gun is not the entire lower unit. The entire lower, as say on the Beretta, this entire bottom portion of the gun is the serialized part. With the Sig, it is just the fire control unit that sits inside of the lower. So if something happens to your lower where it gets cracked, sorry, these bugs are terrible, where this part gets cracked or broken or something like that, you take the slide off, you pop this entire fire control unit out, you can put it into another lower, plop the slide right back on, and you're good to go. That, I believe, and I know a lot of others believe it, and a lot of others don't believe it, that is what won Sig the military contract. It is just an amazing aspect to the gun. And as far as accessories, there's probably more for the Sig, but there is a lot for the Beretta. But like I said, the entire lower part, this entire part is the serialized part for the Beretta, so you would not be able to take this fire control unit out. But take that as you will. There's arguments with that. There's people that agree. Excuse me. That's just my thought. So let's fire off the Beretta a couple more times. We'll fire off the Sig and see if we actually have a clear-cut winner in my eyes. Missed on those last couple. I missed. Let's see here. What do we got? We got a couple more rounds in this 21 round mag. Okay. Give the Sig a couple more shots here. Yeah, there we go. Having a hard time with that. Go figure, the bigger piece of steel back there. But I was having a harder time hitting that with the Beretta and the Sig. So that's just me as a shooter, guys. Oh, believe you me, I've heard that comment plenty of times on here that I suck as a shooter. I don't claim to be an excellent marksman, guys. I'm just out here having fun. All right. Let's oh, I don't know. All right, guys, there you have it. Sig and the Beretta. Both excellent choices that both gun manufacturers submitted for the military contract. Sig won it. Do I like the Sig more? Right now, I'm going to say yes. Oh, I never thought I would say that I would like a Sig over my Beretta. I am a Beretta fanboy, but only the M9 and the 92 series. The PX4 Storm, you guys saw a little while back. I did a video on that. I didn't mind it while I shot it, but it just was not the gun for me. Sorry, hate to say it. So the Beretta, I like them. But they're limited as far as caliber. 9mm seems to be what they specialize in. As far as the M9 and the 92 series, they can't seem to get it right with anything else. Sig, they tend to bounce around from all calibers. You got 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, 357 Sig, I believe 45 ACP. I would love to see a 10mm model. But as far as the M18, that just comes in 9mm, and I prefer it a little bit more right now. Right now. We'll have to definitely put the Beretta M9A4 through its 1,000-round paces. We've only got about a little more than 100 rounds through it right now, but we'll have to put it through, see how it holds up to that longer testing period. Oh, sorry. And give our thoughts on it then. But right now, I'm saying the M18 is my personal choice. I like it a little bit more. All right, everybody, this is David Spider Monkey 2A. Give us a like, maybe share this video. Hope you subscribe. If not, thanks for stopping by.